Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Team R fan. I mean, sorry, no, this is going to be a good final. No, I think you do, didn't you? I think you're not. Mark's won so much, although he hasn't won anything since the Worlds. He said that before. He hasn't won a title since the Worlds. Obviously, we've had the break for COVID. But 2019 World Champion, it was almost as if he'd sort of took his foot off the gas a little bit after that. He was a dominant force in the IPA for a good 2, 3, 4 years, and then he finally won the Worlds. Favourite every year, but didn't quite, always seemed to fall short. Seemed to win the Worlds and then sort of think, well, I've completed it now, and took his foot off the gas, but looks to be as focused as ever this week so far. Any of you that saw him play Liam Dunster in the semis would agree. Got us underway, he's made a ball.
And even the match against Corey Reese, the determination to clear up, under pressure. And he just seems to deliver every time that we've seen him and commentated on throughout this weekend.
Oh, you're spot on. It's exactly that. It's doing it. It's one thing pulling off great finishes,
extension call.
When it's 5-all, 6-5 down, 6-5, 6-all, in big matches on stream, a couple of thousand people watching, it's a different kettle of fish to just doing a good finish. We can all do that, but can you do it when you're 5-3 down against Liam Dunster in the semis? Not many can.
No, and Mark Farnsworth is probably one of the best at it, especially when he's in this type of mood, and he's just so focused at the moment.
Yeah, he's got that eye of the tiger, hasn't he? He's got that steely sort of determination. You see it when he was behind against Liam in that semi-final, and he just sat there almost looking grumpy in the corner, but he's just focused.
10 seconds.
110%. So the only thing that's going to stop him winning this frame is the red in the top left-hand corner of the table, on that side cushion. So as long as he can navigate his way around that, he'll be taking this first frame, but it's all about getting on it. Wants to get as close to it as possible without the yellow that's next to it getting in the way. He's actually played into it.
And the way he's played that, there was not much room at all. I mean, you can just see he only just missed that yellow. But look at the way it's turned out. It looks pretty perfect to me. A little bit of work to do. Might have to do a bit of movement with a cue ball.
Yeah, some on another day he might have left that as his second last red and stroked that down the cushion to play this red that he's about to play now before getting onto the black, because you look now, is he in a bit of trouble? If he's dead straight, he's got to do a bit of work with the cue ball, eh?
I think he can come on and off the cushion and through the gap of the yellow and the black. That's what the angle looks to me. I might be wrong.
His body language suggests that he's not in too much trouble, but that's a beautiful shot. Well, that's on a string, isn't it? What a shot that is. Judging the arc, when you're playing that at pace, judging the arc off of the sight, it's a lot harder than he's just made that look. Other people will be crashing into the black there, snooking themselves behind the yellow.
Even overrunning it, anything could have gone wrong.
Yeah.
But is he going to be under a little bit more pressure? We've seen him handle the pressure, but he's the outright favourite for this match. Orphan Dad has got nothing to lose here. He just needs to go out, try and take his chances, and he can still be in this match. And it's just dependent on how many chances he's going to get from Mark Farnsworth in this type of mood.
Yeah, it's definitely two completely different mindsets. You know, Mark's dealing with having won multiple IPA titles, former world champion, knows his favourite, knows Arfan's a great player, but knows the pressures on him to perform and the expectations on him to perform. Whereas you got Arfan that will just, he should in theory be quite relaxed about this, and you know he's in the final, let his arm go, see what happens. You know, he said
Frame
maybe it's
two.
his time. He's had a couple of
Arfan's had to break.
He's a
Trailing
couple
one
of get out of
frame
jail
to
free
nil.
cards on his way to this
Time
final,
running.
so you know, and a couple of good performances on TV recently as well from Arfan in the Champions Cup. I remember seeing him do a really good finish in the decider against, I think it was Craig Marsh. You know, he's how to hold himself together under pressure. Arfan. He's made a ball. And he's got a chance. I think red's all yellows is an argument for both here.
Yeah, and that's probably the break he wanted to start off his campaign in this final. Yeah, we've seen Mark there. He's taken out a great finish.
10 seconds. Extension call.
And a really good start, and this could be the standard. Often, whatever he needs, whatever he does, he needs to try and keep his head and just keep with Mark. You don't want to be giving him a 3 or 4-1 head start here, because he'll have it all to do.
Yeah, just taking the yellow first, slightly hampered queuing. He's lost the white ball a little bit there. So the two yellows that are together, once he takes the top yellow in the middle of the table into the right middle pocket, that will free up the other yellow to go into the bottom right hand corner pocket. So really, well again, if he takes it into the bottom left, it will free up that other yellow, but it's all about the order that he's going to take these balls in now. Could maybe take the yellow into the top left corner pocket and come back down similar to where he is now. Maybe swing it off two cushions, bit of bottom right hand side, top cushion, right hand cushion. Swing to the left of the black.
Yeah, that's got to be the shot for me, and he'll have two options of two balls. He needs to miss these two.
He does, yeah. He's sort of got away with that, though, hasn't he? He didn't want to cannon that black. He wanted to slide to the left of the black, but he's sort of got away with it. He can play this yellow into the bottom right-hand corner, but it's a bit of a thin one. He's maybe losing the cue ball a little bit. Maybe he's got to play a drag shot. Nervy one when you're not off the mark yet in the match. Yeah, he's lost the white. He's lost the white. He had to play that with almost like a soft screw drag kind of shot. And he hasn't really quite got into it because he knows full well there if he goes into that, the white's going to be going towards that corner pocket. That's a bad one from Arfan.
Yeah, he's sort of got his timings wrong there, and we've sort of seen two little nervy shots already, and Mark will have noticed that, and he will be on this.
Yeah, he's an animal. He'll be looking to pounce on that. He's ruthless. Experienced it firsthand myself a few times. If you're not on your game, he doesn't want it to be close. Not one of these to take his foot off the gas if he does get ahead. If anything, he just gets stronger.
Yeah, he's a very good leader, and he can also come back quite often. And I think, you know, Arfan in most of his matches, probably apart from the previous one, not against Ronan, but the one previous to that, he was behind, and but he come back to win. 5-1 behind he was against Wade Morley. And what a comeback that was to win 7-5. And that's pretty much been the only match that he's been behind in. So, but against Mark Farnsworth, we're talking about a different class here.
Different kettle of fish, yeah. And Mark's been a little bit fortunate there. He's landed absolutely plumb on this red into the middle pocket to just be able to slide below it like he did there. I'm not sure that was his plan, to be honest. But when you're playing into an area, you always know you're going to have options. You know, so you sometimes you just got to play into the right area, reassess from there, and say, right, actually, I'm going to take the balls in this order. Try and make life as easy for yourself as possible.
But you say plant, plant or no plant, he's really going to punish Arthur here. This is a frame that definitely Arthur has had a really good chance in.
Yeah, this is a tiny bit short of perfect, but he's absolutely fine. Just got to roll this in, and he can leave the white wherever he wants. To be honest, he can leave as long as he'll drop this red into the left middle pocket, and I'm going to be looking at 2-0 in all of 5 minutes. Fast start from Farnsworth.
Yeah, he's definitely got off the starting blocks very quickly. This is not the start that Arthur and Dad wanted. There's one thing you cannot do is give Mark Farnsworth the lead, and not by too many.
Mark Farnsworth has started from where he left off against Liam Dunster. Absolutely flawless. 2-0.
And there we see Mark. He just looks so focused on this.
Yeah. The angrier he looks, the more focused he is. Look how miserable he looks.
I know.
That's when you're in the zone, when you look really miserable.
But he is a born winner. You talk about all the finals he's won. If he won this would still be one of the biggest ones he's ever won.
I think it will, because he hasn't won one for a while.
Exactly.
And the longer it goes, and he's hit 40 now.
Frame 3.
Is it?
Mark Farnsworth
People start to question, is he a little bit past it? Is he? He's not.
Time running.
I can tell you he's not. But yeah, it'd be big for him.
Yeah, and we're seeing the reason why it's not. This is his third appearance on this TV table today. And we have seen 2 absolutely explosive performances from him.
Yeah, although it looks like he's going to give Arthur a chance to get his to open his account. Nothing down. Not the best break he's hit all day. Still got a good split. I mean, he's hit him quite well, to be fair. But like we say, part of the big part of this game is in the lap of the gods. There's only so well you can hit a break. You do still need to trust to luck.
Extension call.
But the reds are far better than the yellows. One problem area, which is the red to the right of the black. He's going to have the perfect angle in a second to disturb it. So when I was sort of started getting a bit better when I was a kid, the first thing I was taught is if you got problem areas or you got balls you need to dislodge, get into them as early as possible, because if it doesn't go right, you're going to have 3 or 4 other balls to dislodge it with as well. So get into it as early as possible. With this as well, you're pretty much guaranteed to be on a red after you go into it. So
Yeah, I'm not sure if this was his total plan. I wondered if he was trying to take that one into the left middle next, but has he changed his plan a little bit? I mean, he's still got options. I mean, that red into the top left is easy enough.
I wonder if it looks like that didn't go great, but I don't know if he maybe has got a gap into this bottom right hand corner pocket now for the red that he's just gone into. Well, I think if he did. No, he probably has. I think he's leaving it till last. He might just not have a full pocket. But either way, he needs these. He's up the tempo a little bit, so it must go into the bottom right corner pocket. So his mission accomplished. Going into his bad ball. Wants to leave himself as straight as possible. Yeah, nice little stop shot.
Yeah, very important to get the first frame on the board. It's one of the hardest ones to win, along with the last one. And this has been a pretty good effort here from Arthur. Taking advantage of the dry break from Mark.
Yeah, wasted no time. I mean, he really got on with that. Figured out what his problem was, attacked it. It came out well, and he just got on with it. He plays at a good pace, doesn't he, Arthur?
Yeah, that's what we need to see. If we want this match to go close, that's exactly what Arthur's got to do.
Yeah, stay loose. He's got to the final playing a certain way. No need to be sort of tentative or edgy or overthink things just because it's the final. Just play your normal way and hope for the best, really. Back on serve, so to speak. Breaking pretty well all day. Can make a ball here. Could be back at 2 each in no time.
Frame 4. Arfan
Yeah,
Dad
and
to break.
Arfan's another one of the players.
Trailing 2 frames to 1.
Been using the cut break.
Time running.
And he has been doing that for at least 2 years, probably 3.
Yeah. Well, our semi-finalists, actually, so you mentioned the cut break earlier. All 4 of them are cut breaking. We watched Farnsworth against Dunster, both hitting second ball down, and Ronan McCarthy was doing it against Arfan, who also does it.
It's a very interesting fact.
Yeah, I think we...
You're not convinced about the cut break, are you, at the
it
moment?
just goes against every bone in my body
10
to
Extension call.
do the cut break, but I might have to bite the bullet at some stage.
As I say, you've already got the petition going around the room at the moment. Not sure anybody's signed it yet.
No.
Because it's a bit of a B plan in the old breaking game, isn't it?
Yeah.
If things aren't working head on, then let's go down the cut route.
Well, I think there's going to be more and more people, especially watching this, that are going to start using it as their A game, or as plan A, should I say. But Arfan's making his way through these, and I mean, problem area. I think he's going to, in an ideal world, he'll get on the red that's on the left-hand side cushion, maybe last, unless he's trying to get. No, he's getting on it now. I think he's okay. I think he's landed plumb, has he? Is he straight? No, he's shaking his head.
I'm not sure if that red goes past that red into the top right.
No, I think he was just off angle on that last red. If he was slightly to the left of where he was, he could have come up the right-hand side of the table, taken the 2 on the right-hand side of the table, and then left the 2 reds closest to the black to get onto the black. But he just didn't have the angle he wanted, so I think that was a better shot than it looked. I don't think he had a full pocket.
It looked like it went in very easy.
Yeah.
Like you said, made it look a lot easier than what it was. But this one is not going to be easy. This is properly hampered queuing.
Yeah, I don't think me or you'd be able to reach this, would we?
I definitely wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
10 seconds.
I have to get you on my shoulders.
Still don't think we'd reach it, but just
not there.
overreaching a bit.
He was, wasn't he? He needed the spider there, to be honest. Or it's frustrating for Arfan, because if that goes in, he's got the perfect natural angle to get on that last red down the cushion, and we're looking at 2 apiece.
Yeah, and this is another chance that's probably got away from Arfan here.
10 seconds.
Yeah,
Extension call.
Mark's called his extension. He's just going to see just how ruthless Mark's going to be. I think he might well take this problem ball. He's eyeing it up. If this goes in, I fancy him to win the frame.
Yeah, and if not, if it does stay over the pocket, he's still got a fancy him for this frame.
Yeah, he's still going to have a foothold in the frame as long as he keeps it over the pocket like he has.
Or has he?
Oh, wow. Oh, that looks tight. I think the fact that the yellows seems to be touching the knuckle makes it less likely that the red can squeeze past. But as Arfan also, can he play the plant? If he plays the plant, he's got the natural angle to pump it out. He's going for it. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. You got a feel for him a little bit there.
Not touching.
Could he maybe have played it a bit harder if you're gonna do that? You maybe played it a little bit more pace, but for that to glue to that red is unlucky.
Yeah, it is. And has he got a chance? Is he?
Well, he said it's not touching.
10 seconds. Foul.
Oh, how's your luck? Oh,
Do you think
One
he was
free
trying
shot,
to
one
travel
minute.
this red down,
Time running.
pot the yellow, white get out of the way, and the red follows the red, follow it in? Is that what we was looking at?
he
I'm
might
not sure.
he might have been looking at something weird like that.
Yeah, it would have been an
Well,
absolute superb shot.
See, Mark, there a lot of people would have tried to get their one of these yellows on the side, maybe this one on the left-hand side cushion, maybe use their free shot to get that out, but not Mark. He's a clever player, such a clever player. He's got that insurance policy now, top right-hand corner pocket.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he's going to be using any insurance policies here in this frame. He'll be going all out for these. Just can't see where he's going to go wrong here.
No, he's just playing too well, isn't he? He's playing too well to miss chances like this. See if we can still do that commentator's curse thing. He definitely won't miss these.
Well, you know, will he take the one? He's got to take the one over the right pocket soon, because getting on the black
10
from that.
seconds.
Can he just miss the red to get near the black?
Well, I thought that, yeah. I thought maybe he could have played the yellow over that top right corner pocket just then, you know, with right-hand side, and brought the white down the right-hand side of the table. Try and leave the two yellows in the middle of the table to get on the black from, but he obviously sees it different.
It's definitely going to be his last ball now.
Yeah, it's just whether he's going to, like you say, naturally you'd want to play it with a bit of bottom left-hand side and bring it out towards the where you'd break from, but if he does that, he's probably going to flick the red. So, surely he's not going to...
Can he draw this back then?
Oh, I thought it was right up against the jaw, but...
Obviously not as close as to the cushion as we thought then. If he can't sort of screw this back.
He should be alright. Just bring it anywhere near the bulk
10
line.
seconds.
Yeah, see, he's just flicked the red there, which has stopped him getting ideal. But, you know, for somebody like Mark Farnsworth, you can pretty much chalk this up. So this for a 3-1 lead in the final.
Yeah, and that's a pretty
Frame.
good part. I mean, that black in the left centre there, for somebody as Mark's class, that's probably a 10 out of 10. You know, 9 out of 10 at the worst. You know, because he does cue very well.
I think it's one of them ones that it kind of shows how confident he is. If you weren't as confident, or you were maybe 3-0 down, or you kind of don't want to leave yourself any distance when it's a little bit of an acute angle into the middle pocket, especially when you just got to sort of play it fairly gently. You know, they're they're horrible little shots. You don't really want to play them, but I think it's a sign of confidence that he just left himself at a bit of distance and just knocked it in.
Like it was just over the pocket.
Like
It's
it was
as
over
simple
the
as that.
pocket, yeah.
But that's another frame that's got away
Frame
from
5.
Arthur now.
Mark Farnsworth to break, leading 3 frames to 1. Time running.
I mean, Arthur, he's going to be hoping for another dry break from Mark. He's going full head on here.
Well, it doesn't look like Mark's going to let him back in the game through mistakes. So dry breaks or in off the break, is a battle he can hope for. He's got a dry one again.
I mean, he's crunched them pretty well. I mean, he's probably a little bit fortunate that yellow stopped that from going into the middle. But it has.
Yeah, and Arfan's,
10
I
seconds.
think yellows are the ball.
Extend
Two
full
tied
ball.
up at the top of the table, one on the right-hand side cushion. The yellows are a lot more in the open. So we're going to see Arfan go yellows. I think.
Yeah.
Surely. He's playing the plant.
Plant red onto yellow to go yellows. And that's a pretty clever shot, because that yellow that's next to, but that is a poor shot. It would have been a clever shot if he'd have got it.
Well, I'll tell you what it was without any doubt is a brave shot, because I'm pretty sure he could have played the yellow over the top right-hand corner pocket, but I think the red that he's played as a plant onto the yellow then opened up the yellow
Extension call.
next to the left-hand middle pocket, so I can see why he's done it, and I applaud the bravery. But unfortunately, he's let Mark Farnsworth back in.
Yeah, and these are chances that you cannot give this guy. They really, really will be punished.
Big Ray, where does that come from?
It comes from his fellow good friend, Ronan McCarthy.
Yeah.
And it's sort of nicknamed in that. I don't know why, but it's just stuck with him for years. I don't think Mark likes it. But for somebody who doesn't like it, to print it all over your shirt.
Yeah, he likes it, really.
He likes it, definitely.
Loves it, if anything.
Absolutely.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm sure if anybody is listening out there, if anybody knows why Mark Farnsworth has been nicknamed Big Ray, let us know. And we could tell all the audience. Don't be afraid to send us a message.
10 seconds.
He keeps on looking to see if this yellow passes the red into the corner. I beg your pardon, he's found the gap. That's such a clever shot. Sort of like a two-way shot. He was always going to be on another yellow if he didn't quite get it pinpoint. And again, yeah, the yellow that I thought he was looking to see if it went, he's just looked again. So it does go in the top right-hand corner pocket. He just hasn't got a full pocket. This is ominous signs for Arf and Dad. So well to get here, and so well to get to this final, but Big Ray seems to, I mean, has he made a single mistake yet? I think he's been absolutely flawless so far. Oh my. Oh, what happened?
I'm not sure. Has he got a kick? I'm not sure.
Was it? Maybe.
Maybe. Slid.
Maybe it did seem to slide a little bit, yeah. He doesn't look happy.
10 seconds.
And that message for Big Ray has come through already from one of our fellow pool players, Darren Arkle. Thank you, Darren. So Ray comes from his likeness to Ray Winston, who is also fat and ugly. That's a bit harsh, Darren. So this is the reason, obviously, why Ronan has made it stick. A bit harsh in our eyes, to be honest. And
Yeah. That's a friend of Mark's, is it? Said that?
Darren Arkle.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
Darren,
yeah.
don't you?
Arkle, yeah.
Yeah. He was going to come this weekend, Daz Arkle was.
Fell out with Big Ray though. So
Yeah,
he
well,
couldn't make it. Yeah.
Well, he might do have to tell Big Ray who's told me this. But this is a chance that Arthur shouldn't have had. Does that red? I don't think it does.
I think it might. The yellow is quite far off of the cushion, the knuckle, should I say? I think with that, there's more chance of him squeezing it past. But it's tight. He has to be really accurate with this. And ideally, you don't want to be
10
playing it
seconds.
from quite far away. You got to be right behind these when you're playing these.
Yeah, you do. And 3-1 down against Mark Farnsworth. These aren't falling very easy for him, are they? I mean, just look where that yellow's gone now.
Yeah, he's even hampered queuing over the black as well. It's just when it rains, it pours for Arthur. It's an argument maybe for him to play the plant here because he could leave himself an angle on the first red.
10 seconds.
No, he's going the double, is he?
This is brave.
All eggs in one basket. Well, he's missed that by a country mile. It did look like one of those he had to, I don't know if he's double kissed it, maybe got a double kiss. It did look close to the double kiss.
Yeah, he's got a double kiss there, there's no doubt about it, but I'm not sure about that selection of shot at this stage.
No.
I was reviewed and I think he should have played the plant. Because where that red was, if he did sort of get a nice angle, he could have dropped down and then played it into the top right.
Yeah, I think again it's one of them. If he maybe had, I don't know if he maybe could have used his extension on that. I don't think he did he?
No.
Yeah, go for him. So barring what I'm pretty sure was a kick, Mark Farnsworth still hasn't made a mistake in this final. I can't call a kick a mistake. It's just that really is bad luck. I don't like giving people a free pass when it comes to luck. I think you make your own luck, but nothing you can do about a kick. But Mark Farnsworth's been let off. It wasn't easy for Arthur, but he had a chance, albeit a half chance, to make it 3-2 in this final. And he hasn't taken it.
No, and 4-1 is looking like it's going to be one-way traffic. As you can see, everyone is captivated by this match. There's a match-up that they've been waiting for. They couldn't wait to watch this final at 10 o'clock. At the moment, it's only one-sided. Can Arthur and Dad get back into this match? Some of the shots and the selection of shots proves that he's probably not going to get back into this match. He needs to change it a little bit.
He needs to up his game. He's been
4
playing a lot better than this all throughout the day.
Time running.
But all is not lost. He's still a long way from the finish line. Here's Mark. Start off with a break and finish. Needs a ball first though. Doesn't need a dry one. Doesn't need a dry one. Look at these reds. Oh, you'd put your house on it being 5-1.
And I think we've got that phrase again. It rains and it pours. And it's exactly not going Arthur and Dad's way.
No, I mean, this is one of those join the dots.
10 seconds.
The 2 at the bottom, then, you know, do you want to take the 3 at the top, the 2 at the top, and then the 3 in the middle of the table? There's so many different ways you could go about this. The way that Mark Farnsworth's been playing, I just can't see him missing these. And 5-1 in a race to 7, you're relying on luck to get back into this. Mark playing too well.
Yeah, I said at the start, you cannot afford to be given a start away to Mark Farnsworth. 3 or 4-1 is really not gettable, but 5-1, well, it's going to be game, set, match for me. It sounds a little bit harsh, but we've just seen what mood Mark Farnsworth has been in on today's play.
Yeah, he's just got the bit between his teeth, hasn't he? He really has. He really is. He's playing as well as I've seen him play for a long time. Would like that to hold up a little bit. Doesn't want to go behind the yellow, but it has. So he's trying to make a mess of this. Still don't think he will. Just needs to bring the white back to somewhere around the centre of the table, just above the baulk line. It's about perfect. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, and this mid-range pots, he does make them look very easy.
Yeah, he's even got options here. He can play the one in the left middle next and leave himself an angle to get on the black into maybe the right middle off of the one in the top left, or you can leave that one over the left middle till last
10 seconds.
and use that to get on the black into the top left corner.
Yeah, I fancy him leaving the one in the left middle last, but
yeah, just a little bit of work to do with the white ball. Just needs to but he's had a string all day, hasn't he? So he just wants the white back exactly where it is now. And if he's going to go anywhere slightly to the left of it, doesn't want to be short. You see, now he's got a shot to play. If he hits that an extra 8-10 inches, this is nailed on for 5-1. Now he's got a tricky positional shot to play. Bit of bottom left-hand side. Yeah, he's just making it look easy. He's making the game look easy.
That's one of them little sort of soft stuns that he has to play with a little bit of pace just so it keeps straight.
Yeah. Making those shots that most people find very tricky, making them look like they're bread and butter. But that's what the best players do. And it is Mark Farnsworth who needs 5-1 in this final. He is on fire.
And often he's just sat in that seat, admiring it. Not sure what he can do now. This is too much of a lead for me.
He needs dry breaks galore. He needs Mark to get kicked in off a couple of times off the break. I just can't see him letting his foot off the gas. So as well as Arfin can play, he needs a bit of luck to get back into this. And he needs Mark's break to start letting him down. We'll take a lot of positives from this if he does go on to lose his final. Get into any final with 200 plus players in it.
Frame 7.
It's no mean feat.
Mark Farnsworth to break.
It's a great tournament, beating some top level players along the way. He just keeps on getting better and better and better, and I'm sure his time's going to come sometime soon. But he's not definitely out of this yet.
And as we've seen there, he's changed his break. He's gone for the cut break. Look at this, second ball down. He's been hitting everything head on. He's got a lot of power into that.
So, I mean, Reds would be nice, but he hasn't got a first red. Has he? I don't think it goes into the right middle, does it?
10 seconds.
It's hard to see from here. I don't think so.
I don't think so. And the first yellow, where's that coming from? Does that pass into the top right corner? I'm not sure it does.
If it does, it's just as tight. And,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Oh, if it does, he's got, what, a quarter of a pocket top?
Just about to say, he's only got a quarter of the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think it does. And I don't think it goes in the right middle either, does it?
10
He's took his extension.
Yeah, this is something you don't normally see often, where you don't normally have a shot. But he's thinking completely straight here.
Yeah, that's a clever shot. Very clever shot. He's just said that I don't know what I can do here. I can't attack. He's not going to let Arf. He knows how good Arfin's playing. He knows what a class act Arfin that is. He doesn't want to let him back into the match easily and push the boat out. And so I think he's left the red, has he?
Well, if he has, that is a mistake.
There's a mistake, and that definitely wasn't the plan, because look, the red next to the yellow in the middle of the table only really goes into the top right-hand corner pocket, but he's got an angle to get on it now. We could be looking at 5-2 here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, would you do, it all depends on this angle. Would you push into the yellows? You don't want to go behind them. And that's exactly what he's done.
He hasn't, has he?
His reaction says it all.
The body language, yeah, he definitely has. Now, look, he can screw back. It depends how straight he is. We can't see from this angle exactly how straight he is, but he can screw back towards the red. Just whether can he slip behind it and play it into that top right-hand corner pocket again.
10 seconds.
But he needs to hit these two yellows just to make sure he stays on it. And he's not on it again. I mean, one of the yellows he didn't want to hit.
Yeah, and he didn't want to be hamper queuing either. I think we're seeing a bit of scoreboard pressure here. Clearance that he maybe would have made light work of if he was 5-1 up.
Extension call.
Proving to be difficult.
Yeah. 5-1 is definitely the telling point at the moment. If it was 3-3 or even 4-2, it might have been a sort of a different sort of shot.
Yeah, look, I mean, the red isn't that difficult, but it's how you get on the black. How? You know, they're punching it round 3 cushions. They're whatever line you take, there seems to be a yellow in the way that you're going to cannon into. Oh, there we go. Is it the yellow? I just don't see how he could have got on the black. He ain't got a gap, has he? No way.
Oh, this looks near impossible snooker. I've not heard a total call yet. He's going to have a look now. We'll find out if there is a gap or not a gap. There's definitely no gap.
Well, the fact is, have a look though. Can he surely he can't bend. Now he's going cushion first. Now look, if he gets a hit and leaves it near that corner pocket, you know, there's still work to do for Mark in this frame.
He needs to hit this though.
10 seconds.
Yeah, make sure of the hit. Don't worry too much about the pot. Oh, he's gone behind. Okay. Very good. He's a bit disappointed he didn't get the snooker, Arthur, but...
Well, that's a bit of a second prize though, isn't it? He's only got 1 yellow to go at.
Yeah, you'd have took that, wouldn't you? From Arthur's point of view.
It's just where Mark can hide this cue ball. He'll be looking to where,
10 seconds.
obviously putting, and he's now under a bit of time pressure. He's used his extension.
You're going to try and get the... Yeah, he's just got the white back up into that top-hand side of the top of the table to leave Arthur nothing but a double, which I think he has very little choice but to go for. You feel this is kind of last chance saloon, really. 6-1 down, I think it is game over. He's got it. Well played, Arthur and Dad.
Yeah, he is back. And do you think that is one of them shots that could just ignite him a little bit? You know, because he looks a little bit lifeless out there, looks a bit sort of deflated. Is that going to lift him a little bit? He needs to.
If it doesn't, he's got no chance, because if that doesn't get him going, then what's going to? You know, he needs something. He's 5-2 down now. Hasn't been playing great. But look, you know, he should have layers of confidence to fall back on. He's in the final. You know, he's won 5-6 matches to be here. He's beaten some great players along the way. And Mark isn't at 6 yet. I always think to myself, I'll panic when he gets to 6. You know, and he's not there yet.
Trailing 5 frames to 2. Time running.
I think the problem is, he's only won 2 frames. He hasn't had any momentum at all. So if he can clear these off the break, then all of a sudden he's won 2 in a row, and there's a little bit of a momentum shift. And we could see a game on our hands. Oh, look at these reds. Look at these reds.
And this looks very similar to the previous frame where that black is. And there's a cluster of yellows just underneath it. It's very similar.
Oh, look at that. I mean, all he's got to do is leave one of the reds that's maybe by the very centre of the table as his last ball, and just leave a bit of a cut down the cushion for the black. You can't get too close to the black. But still, what a chance this is to get back to 5-3.
Yeah, 4 frames down he was, and this will be, well, reducing it to 2. This will be a lifeline, and it might just put a little bit of doubt into Mark Farnsworth's mind.
10 seconds.
Oh, he's playing that run inside. It looks awful on when you see it like that, but he was playing that with a lot of run inside. If he just had to pot the ball, it is literally 100 out of 100. But he's trying to play that with run inside to give himself the perfect angle to get himself in good position over this side of the table where he's ended up, and he's taking his eye off the pot. And you can't afford to make these mistakes against Mark. But look at the table. I mean, yellows are horrendous.
See, that's one way of explaining it, and that red going over that yellow towards the right centre, it's just even made it even more horrendous.
It is, but if anyone can do it, it's Big Ray.
10 seconds.
Wow. All of a sudden, I can see him getting these.
Yeah, because I think both of them yellows go quite comfortably into the left centre, especially the one above the other yellow that's the closest to the left centre.
Yeah, I think the middle of the three, if he can get on that with an angle,
10 seconds.
he can bump out the one that's closest to the black. All about leaving himself the right angle. Play this with a bit of, maybe a bit of drag, a bit of left-hand side. The angle he wants is he wants the cue ball around about the breaking spot. If you can get it there, and he's perfect.
10 seconds.
And about there, he looks a little bit. No, he's fine here, isn't he?
Well, yeah. I mean, if it had carried on a little bit more, it would have made it more of a natural angle to bump it out. You don't really want to be playing these ones at pace necessarily, but just needs to get behind the yellow. So cushion first.
Balls.
Flick that yellow out.
Has he got all the left-hand side middle here to try and just get a bit of pace? It looks like he has.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's again. Well, I say perfect. He's played the shot well, but he's going to need to play this with a lot of run inside if he wants to land on the yellow into the right middle pocket, into the left middle pocket.
So very similar to Arfan's shot. Let's just see how Mark executes this one.
Yeah.
There's the run inside.
There he is.
And that's the difference.
The frame that was decided by running side.
Yeah, what looked like Arfan was going to cut it down to 5-3. It's now looking like it's going to be 6-2. And he's going to put him one frame away from this title. Yeah, and it's a title that's very much needed in the Farnsworth camp. As Dan was saying very early on, it's been eluded him for a good few years now. He's made no mistake there and punished Arfan once again.
Yeah, 6-2, 4 down with 5 to play. And as much as you neutrals out there probably wanted to see a new name on the trophy, heavily odds against now. Mark Farnsworth has been absolutely vintage. He's deserved this 6-2 lead.
And we're now talking that Arfan Dad has got to win 5-0. I'm not sure the last time Mark Farnsworth lost 5 frames in a row, but that's what's got to happen.
Leading 6 frames to 2. Time running.
He'll be keen to finish it now. Doesn't want this to get close. He's too wise to know how quickly ball matches can turn. He wants a ball off the break. He's got one. Oh, look at the white ball. I mean, whether he wants reds or yellows, the first. I think reds has got to be the one. Red has got to be the one, because if he can make a red first up, then he's going to have a good chance to win this, well, the title, the match. But what a test of queuing this is going to be.
And that cluster of yellows is, even if Arfan gets a chance on the yellows, if Mark does get onto these reds, but what an incredibly tough pot this is.
Yeah, I think there's no safety option really either, is there? I mean, he's taking his time, and he knows exactly what he's going to do. He knew 20 seconds ago, but he's just using this to compose himself. He knows if he knocks this in, this is he's got one hand on the trophy. No, it's not there. It's not there.
No, and we're going to see another chance for Arfan. Yeah, I mean, that was an incredibly tough pot. But these reds, they look very nice here. Just got to navigate that one just below the blue spot. It's got to come out nice. Oh, what's he done here?
He's got away with it.
Wow, he has.
But the thing is, where Mark had left him, queuing off the cushion as well, he was very limited as to what he could do with the white ball, so he was always going to be careering into those yellows. It was
I'm
hard
not
to
sure he can get through to that one into the right centre.
No, it might be a blessing in disguise if he can get the cue ball out and not stuck behind these yellows. And not stuck behind the yellows. That's all right. He's kind of bumped that out with his belly there, didn't he?
He
Poked his pelvis out.
Yeah, using all parts of his body to get the balls moving.
You don't care how they go in.
And he'll be pleased to see where it's gone. A little bit of work to do. Got to try and hold himself together here.
Yeah, and that's fairly nicely done. Does he want to play a couple of stun shots? One into the corner and then the other? Otherwise he's going to play the easy one into the right hand middle pocket, but he's going to be losing the white ball a little bit.
Extension call.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dan. If that does pot into the bottom right hand corner, he should be going top corner, then the bottom right corner for me.
Yeah.
But it's all down to what he sees. It all depends on this angle as well.
Yeah, he might well have to just screw back a little bit to get the white similar to where it is now. Which he's done, so awkward queuing. He just up the pace a little bit again, Arfan. And he is hanging in there. So only a half chance for Mark Farnsworth, but that's a half chance gone to win this title. We're back to 6-3. He only needs 4 in a row.
Yeah, what looked like Mission Impossible. That's one of the impossible legs out of the way. He's still in this match. And it's Arfan to break. So 2 breaking clearances here. I'm thinking ahead here from Arfan and a dry break from Farnsworth. It's 6-all.
PMA.
Arfan dad to break.
Positive mental attitude.
Time running.
We've seen it so many times in this game.
You've got to think of it, yeah. I mean, you can't sit there and expect Mark to fall apart, but is it unrealistic that he has a couple of dry breaks? No. You got to believe. Talking of dry breaks.
There's the one. Is that going to be the crucial one?
Well, the only thing to clutch onto her is he's left a real messy table. I mean, red's all yellows. There's a couple of problem areas for both, and the first thing Mark's done there is called for his extension. He knows this is gonna take a bit of figuring out.
Yeah, and both of these colours, oh God, tricky areas, full stop. I mean, yeah, there is balls that can get them out, but wow. This will be a right clearance to win this match, and the champions, well, the European Open champions.
I think it's one of them there where you'd if you were Mark, you kind of wouldn't have minded Arfan potting a ball off that break and letting him go for these, especially at 6-3 down. I'd probably rather have my opponent chasing these than me going for them.
10 seconds.
Yeah, a little bit of a containing shot there. He feels like he's just going to try and just take a little bit of control in this frame.
Yeah, he's gonna He's going to make half and work for it. He's not one of those sort of players that's going to push the boat out just because he's got a 6-3 lead, and he's a percentages player. He's a very measured player. He's not gung-ho. When he does attack, it's in a very controlled manner. And he's not going to let Arfan back into this easily.
Yeah, I'm not sure Arthur wants to be getting into too many tactical battles with Mark. We all know he's got a pretty much a great game at that as well.
10 seconds.
Yeah, we spoke a little bit about Mark and Liam Dunster in the semi-finals. They're two, what you would call, all-rounders. When it comes to their style of play, they can do everything. They don't push the boat out. They attack when they should attack. They cover a pocket rarely, but they cover a pocket when they should and defend when they should. And those other players kind of just have their style, and that's it. It's the way they play. They're going to attack no matter what.
Yep,
So,
I mean, Arthur wanted that to stay over the pocket.
Yeah, he's kind of digging himself a hole here.
10 seconds.
Is he laying the gauntlet down to Mark a little bit and just saying, well, okay, well, you go for it. Turned into a bit of a game of chess here. After you, sir. No, after you.
10 seconds.
I'm just looking at these balls a little bit closer. These reds aren't that bad. I mean, the tricky one is one just above the left centre.
Yeah, and to me, it's very close as to if it may even go into the left centre.
10 seconds.
It's one of those tricky finishes where they both kind of want the other one to go first, but they're both kind of playing nothing shots at the moment. You know, I'd like to see one of them play an aggressive safety and say, no, you are going to go for it now. You know, if I was Mark, I'd probably be doing that if I could. Yeah, that's more like it. You know, he's opened his yellow out and said to Arthur, okay, well, you definitely can get these now if you want. It's difficult, but he's dangled the carrot.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I'm still looking at that red above that yellow in that left centre.
10 seconds.
I'm just wondering whether he's got a treble. It looks on.
Yeah, I was just thinking that he hasn't got a double, has he? It looks like he's going to flick the red on the way back out, but unless he can get there now. Has he got the gap?
He's got a gap. Or has he looked at it? He's not even looked at it.
He's looking at the double. Is it not a double kiss?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Off and Dad. Well spotted. He looked very tight for the double.
It was really tight. I'm convinced he didn't have a full pocket for that. But nicely done. Courageous pull from Arf and Dad. Back against the wall. He's not going down without a fight. Doing his friends, family, fans proud, as he has done all week. Can you give him one last thing to cheer about? 6-4 game on, isn't it? 6-4. 6-4 is a close game, right?
It is, yeah. It's Mark's to breaks next. A dry break, and you just never know. Oh,
He's just, yeah, he was a bit straight, wasn't he? He had to Well, I think best he can do is try and screw into the left, into the yellow to the left of the black spot, but I don't know if he can dig into it enough.
I think he's played that as well as he could.
Yeah, he hit it really hard. He had to.
Under time pressure again, he's used his extension.
Yeah,
And
look.
again, he's played that as probably as well as he could.
Yeah, that's all he could do. He's just got to leave himself a shot. And as a right-hander here, he's hampered cueing as well. This is not nice.
He's got to be careful with this white. This could be coming down towards the bottom left, could it? Especially if he gets any side on it. Just got to make sure the pot. What a pot
Nicely
that is.
done. Nicely
Brilliant
done.
pot.
It was tracking towards that corner as well, but luckily he didn't hit it hard enough. He's still in this match, 6-4.
And all of a sudden, the score is looking respectable. And
Yeah.
well played to Offen Dad, because a lot of players would have crumbled there and given up. But not often. He's just showed, a different side to him.
Yeah.
It's great to see.
And he was 5-1 down in one of his earlier matches, wasn't he? Arfen today. And managed to win 6 on the spin. So, we know he can string a few frames together, but like we said before, he's going to be relying on a bit of luck, and Mark's got 2 of the remaining 3 breaks as well, so you probably think he's going to pot off one of them and get a chance. But still back against the wall, but he's got a sniff.
Yeah, he has. And
Frame
momentum, is that going to play a
Mark
part?
Farnsworth to break,
Often Dad's
leading
just
6
run
frames
2
to
on the
4.
bounce. What's going through Mark
Time running.
Farnsworth's mind now? One thing for sure, he wants this to stay on the table, this white, and he wants a ball.
Yeah, make a ball, any ball. Doesn't need many, just one. He's got one. And the white stayed up. Well, they're okay. There's problems whether you take reds or yellows. But it's definitely workable. He's definitely taken out more difficult finishes than this in the past.
Extension called.
I think he'll probably take yellows. The reason, just because it's covering the black.
I think.
But he can go either. There's reasons for either.
I think he can go yellows and pick them all off.
Yeah.
Actually, he can. If he leaves the white where the yellow is, like centre of the table, he can get over on the left-hand side and pick them off one by one. This isn't quite as difficult as it first looked, maybe.
But did he want to go a bit further there to try and take that one just above the black ball first?
Yeah, I don't think he wants to be coming back down the table again. I think he wanted to take these 2 at the bottom of the table first and kind of take them out in sections.
So
He's
this,
gonna do that.
this is a crucial shot then for the position.
Yeah, he's going to be tracking towards that middle pocket.
Needs to get up. Needs to get up.
He's a little bit in no man's land, if I'm honest. If he was 6 to 8 inches further on, he'd have a choice. He'd have a choice of yellows, those 3 that are together. As it is now, he's only got the more difficult one. He's playing the cannon on the black.
10 seconds.
Well, I think he would have quite liked to play that cannon on the black and push the black into the yellow below it to open it out a little bit more, but he's a bit close to his work here, but he can play another cannon. And he's almost guaranteed to be on the yellow in the bottom right hand corner pocket. You always like that
Seconds.
if you're guaranteed to be on another ball. No, he's just run behind it. Well,
I'm not sure he's in prime position yet.
no,
I still haven't seen the route.
he's battling it. Look, if that would have just landed to the left of the black, he could have played the yellow in the left middle and then picked the other 2 off from there. Now, the biggest problem he's got is the yellow that's furthest left on the table, but he can get these. Can he play a cannon? Knock it out. Wow. One thing's for sure is he can't get close to this last yellow. Going to have to leave a bit of distance. Slide past the red. Needs to miss the knuckle. Playing it with screw. What's he doing here? Oh, he's got there just.
Yeah, and that's what he's played. I mean, he's been, he's put his hand up there, but he has played just to come to the right-hand side of that red.
Yeah. And I think now he's just going to. Doesn't want to get too clever with position. Just make sure of this yellow. Take the white over towards the left-hand middle pocket, but nowhere near the left-hand middle pocket. That is beautiful. What a shot that is.
He knows, and you just see what it means to him.
He has cued that an absolute dream. The amount of work he's got on that there, and reaction. He almost played it like a soft screw. It's a great shot. That's won him the tournament.
It certainly has. And this black to be the IPA European Open champion. We've seen Mark Farnsworth close the match out there. He's been superb throughout. Even under the immense pressure, his back was against the wall there. Arfins asked a question and he's answered it.
We said it earlier against Liam Dunster when he was 5-3 down and Liam missed his chance to go 6-3. Mark closed the match out from there, and it was, big bottle required clearances back to back to back, and that's just what he does best. That's why he's former world champion, and that's why he's one of the best players we've ever had on the IPA. So congratulations, Mark Farnsworth, fully deserved.
Yeah, it certainly was, and we're going to hand over now to Kevin Barton, who's going to be talking to both players and then presenting the champion with his trophy. Straight over to Kevin Barton.
Well, welcome down to the arena after what has been a fantastic day's play here at the European Open. A fantastic final and two great gladiators going head to head. And as usual, we have our winner and our loser. So first of all, introduce our runner-up, Arfan Dad. Arfan, great round of applause there, recognising the great play that entertainment that you brought us today. I know you're disappointed to lose the final, but just on behalf of everyone, you've played your part in a fantastic day's entertainment today.
Yeah, it's just a shame how it ended for me, but I can't take anything away from getting to my first IPA final, so I'm just going to take the positives. Obviously, I've got to my first IPA final. Next time I'm in that situation, I might, get off to a better start. I think I had the chances to get into a narrow lead if I took them. Mark obviously capitalised on my mistakes, and he played. I think he was probably the best player all weekend from watching him play. So he fully deserved to win.
Yeah, it's just the start. You never really got too much. You were looking at the start, and the damage was. I mean, there's a bit of a mini comeback in the end, so showing great character there, but just a bit too much, a bit too big a mountain to climb at the end.
Yeah, I never give in. Even when I was 6-2 down, I'm thinking I got it back to 6-4. I'm thinking if he maybe makes a mistake in that finish, it wasn't an easy finish, so he took out a really good finish there. And then anything can happen, but I just couldn't get the cue ball under control. Kept on. There was one, I think this first chance I had, I must have played like a bad positional shot after a bad positional shot. It's just not like me, but a bit of nerves too, first final. But I'll learn from it. So.
And a word about your opponent?
Yeah, you can't say anything more. He's a winner. I knew it was going to be a tough final, but he's a great player, so fully deserved to win today.
Yeah, great words, Arfan, and well done today. Should be very proud. Brilliant performance. Arfan Dad there, great performance there to reach his first IPA final. Well, it's been a while, but he's back in the winner's circle. It's Mark Farnsworth. Mark, 2021 European Open champion, how good does that sound?
Amazing. After the last couple of years, just not really much interest in playing and stuff like that, so just absolutely delighted to find a bit of form, and I've really enjoyed it. Obviously, it's easier when you're winning, but thoroughly enjoyed that we have played, and obviously the event in general. So just absolutely over the moon.
You seem to play with a renewed focus, you know, something that we've probably not seen in you for maybe some time. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, definitely. To be honest, I don't know even where it's come from. I've never put any time in, which normally, like I said it before the semi-final, normally I do. But I got up this morning, I played a bit, and I felt as if I was hitting the white really, really well, you know, and it gives us a bit of confidence. And then when you've got that confidence behind you go over the difficult shots, and you sort of, you can't, like, whereas when you're playing well, you're sort of on autopilot, you know. So I'm just delighted to get them pressure balls. And again tonight, I think in the final, I've had to put out a couple of really good finishes through a couple of slack positional shots. But even when I ran out of position, I still had like loads of confidence that I could put myself out of trouble, you know, which has probably been missing out my game lately.
6-2 up, looking pretty comfortable, and then Arfan, the true competitor he is, came back 6-4. Any sort of negative thoughts at that time, thinking, oh crikey, we might be in for a decider again?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a tough match before the start, and then I was like, I got off to a reasonably good start, and I just think Arfan, I don't know whether he was a bit unlucky a couple of times, but I sensed that his head dropped a little bit, which gave me a little bit more confidence, and I felt as if I went ahead in the match, and then I sort of got a bit careless as well and give him an opportunity to get back, which he took, and then he's put us back under pressure again, you know. So really, it was them slack mistakes, probably seen the finishing line a bit too early with Arfan probably struggling a little bit, and I've sort of give him another lifeline, you know. So I'm just pleased to get over the line.
Yeah, well, over the line you did. Gives me great pleasure to give you the trophy and announce you as the 2021 European champion, Mark Farnsworth. Well played. Well, that wraps up the day's play for today. Hope you've enjoyed the entertainment and the excitement and the thrills that these guys have brought you today. The good thing is we get to do it all again tomorrow, so join us again 11:30 tomorrow, and we'll see the conclusion of the professional event, the amateur event and the ladies. Thanks for joining us.